You who are the perfect, youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and pressed to Manjashiri. Tangke duje shaje reisen chong yin je me de de je bong jong ba ser je len bo da ver ji be ge shaje jar be sha lai zor wan de dor jen chang jen de lo na ro dang mar ba me lai ji je gam bo ba Pamo Juba Jarwain Digong Be Kajo Lama Nanlai Zorwande Omen Chije Yenje Bodang Ne Tizong Zanje Genje Ngowo Nye Ransan Chike Ngongson Tongze Be Zabe Lama Jala Zorwande. Good morning, everyone. So now we're going to the way of Bodhisattva. So we know this teaching has chapter 10. We finish chapter 8. So now we are in the chapter.
We almost finished. Oh, yes, 9. We're almost finished 8.
Yeah,
I think we have a couple more verses.
So this chapter has 187 verses. So chapter 8, we finish. Which one where you were yesterday, we leave?
181. We are in 182 now.
Okay, 182. So verses 82. So this section is like yesterday we talked about 2 different there, subdued crazy mind, subdued our, crazy body too. So there has like telling, nicely and giving suggestion very peacefully, then also another wrathfully. So now it's in the wrathfully telling the change. It's good pit instruction, directly, pointing the problems. So Shantideva just mean point like, our mind is too much selfish and grasping. That's the problem, too extreme. And then body is too sensitive, need all the time so much comfort. No any like kind of like patient, do something good things. Like to do all these desire things, but not follow the right direction, practice the Dharma. So if the body don't do correctly, then Shantideva said, don't take care. It's no any essence good in there, actually our own body. So when we die, it's see this all the vultures food, and it's dirty. So just main point is give up too much attachment our own body. So now go to the 182. My body knows no anger when dreaded and no pleasure when pressed. For what reason am I wearing myself out like this? So then actually, someone angry is nothing body recognize. Someone pleased to you, but body actually don't know, don't recognize. Actually, mind understanding these things. Then that's the reason. So why body is so hard to, taking care their own way. And I'm wearing myself out like this. Then go to 83. So, but I wanted this body of mine, both it and I are friends. So then that's we think usually, I wanted this body because this body is my friend, it's my own body, I need this. So then Shantideva give the answer is, but since all beings wanted their bodies, why do I not find joy in theirs? So then, since all beings wanted their bodies, every sentient beings wanted the bodies, same is like you wanting the body, then you can have all these beings' body, except like yourself. Why do I not find joy in theirs? Then you can enjoy theirs body too. Like same is like you are enjoy with your own body, then you can enjoy with others' body too, long as you can take others' self. So, give up our own selfish and take others is become our own body. Then you can joy with other body. Why no joy? It's the same idea, same just logically, follow. Then 184. So therefore, in order to benefit all beings, I shall give up this body without any attachment. But although it may have many faults, I should look after it while experiencing the result of my previous actions. So that's the reason I'm going to give up on my body, in order to benefit all beings. I shall give up this body in attachment. So my body is like for giving to all other beings, like benefit for other beings. Giving means just no, you don't really have to give your body to others, but main point is like you just benefit others much ever you can, your body, speech, mind. Then also, but although it may have many faults, actually this body has so much faults, many doing incorrect, wrong things. I should look after it while experience. So then we look to our body, what body really doing, benefit others or not, only body like just create causes of suffering, or my own body really benefit for others. I'm going to check my own body and look to my body, the result of my previous actions. The reason is because, we reborn so many lifetimes in samsara. My body always has their own way and so strong, their own attachment, own desires, follow that way. So we are still continually in samsara. Though this body gives us so much bargain. And that's why I'm really going to look my body doing correct or not. If not doing correctly, I'm not going to take care. If doing correctly, I'm going to take care of my body. So that's where the Shantideva giving information. So then also, and that section is like look to our body and give up all the previous, like lifetimes in this, like, so far being previous, or what happened, this body actually, and create causes of suffering. No, I wanted to use correctly. My body is going to create causes of happiness. So going to use the same as the boat. The boat is cross the ocean. Same is like that. I am going to use this my body to free from samsara. So that's I'm going to really look and investigate my body doing or not. If not, then I'm not going to take care. So that means like just giving suggestions to your own body. So enough of this childish behavior. I shall follow in the steps of the wise. So we have already enough this childish, this ordinary people's behavior. Ordinary people behavior, mind is so strong, selfish, desire, body needs so much comfort, and so sensitive. So no, we say enough as that. No, I shall follow in the step of the wise, the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas. We're going to follow that. So, and having record the advice concerning consciousness, I shall turn away step and mental dryness. So we're going to recall all our practice. That means like mindful, alertness, and practice. We already talked about the generosity, morality, practice patience, joyful effort, exchange, other beings. So give up selfish, take other beings as self. So that kind of all this practice we're going to recall again and follow that. Advice concerning consciousness. I shall turn away, then we give up our sleep and the mental dryness. So we also have to give up sleep and the mental dryness, which actually sleep is some ways is we say, oh, I have good sleep. But the sleep also is a thing, depending, like you can use to like something. You can change, you can teach your body. So see, we sleep like almost like 8 hours, 9 hours, 7 hours. But many practitioners sleep only 3 hours, 4 hours, but they're already used to that way, but become then body, mind, all is good already there, nothing wrong, anything, even they don't have a long sleep. So that's also like just, we so much habituate and sleep. So we can give up more sleep and, it's and then also mind is more clean and less dullness. So you can more meditate, you can more practice. You have lots of time to do practice. It's sleeping is we need, but it's some ways like wasting lots of time. So we think about like actually human beings like longest year is like stay 100 years. Then 90, 80s, right? So how many years you went to sleep? It is almost a half of the year is sleeping, right? So you have only maybe, if you go up to 80 years, so you have only 40, 50 years. Actually, it is like 30 years, 35 years already sleeping. So then also see mental dryness. Think about mental dryness means like no any conscious us, like no mindful, and not something doing correctly. Just mental dryness almost go all the time. Like maybe we get 80 years, like 60 years, almost a mental dryness is going, all the time. So if we follow that way, then we really cannot change much. So our samsara habits, we cannot change, cannot transform. That's the reason less sleep and then less mental dryness, put more effort to recall all this practice again. So Shantideva. So that is the more summary, just all these teachings, what he giving. Then just like the compassionate son of the conqueror, I shall patiently accept what I have to do. So then we, followed by compassionate son of conquerors, bodhisattvas. Conqueror is Buddha, so son is bodhisattvas. I shall patiently accept what I have to do. So this bodhisattva has patience. Whatever difficulty comes, they can bear through that, and they have enough practice patience. So then that's the reason this samsaric suffering not affected to the bodhisattvas. Samsaric suffering effective to ordinary people because ordinary people no patience. So Bodhisattva share patience like except what I have to do. See, that's why there's not much suffering. Therefore, if I do not make a constant effort day and night, when will my misery ever come to an end? So I'm going to, if I don't put effort and the day and the night, put effort for, if I don't practice the Dharma, so then I cannot finish samsaric suffering, right? That's why I'm going to practice and the night and the day and put effort. So I wanted to overcome to my misery, where my misery overcome to an end means like, so if you don't do, then this our misery is never end. So if you practice the night and the day and follow the Bodhisattva's step, practice patience, and or follow the Shantideva, what he giving instruction, follow that, then we can overcome to our misery. So misery is end. It's become enlightenment. Then 187. Therefore, in order to dispel the obscurations, I shall withdraw my mind from mistaken ways and constantly place it in equipoise upon the perfect object. So, therefore, in order to dispel our obscurations, so we have lots of obscurations. We wanted to dispel our obscuration. Long as we have an obscuration, we don't realize absolute truth. So it's coming wisdom chapter. If we don't, dispel our obscuration, then we cannot realize the, wisdom, like absolute truth. That's why I shall withdraw my mind from mistaken ways. So I'm going to take away from mistaken, and I wanted to take away from non-virtuous deeds. And constantly place it in equipoise. I'm going to meditate often and often, much ever I get time, If we can do, then same as Bodhisattvas, like night and day and all the time for meditate, practicing, benefit others. If we cannot do that, but much ever we can, we have to practice attaining the perfect object. So attaining the perfect object means like mind be with nature, or mind is benefit for others. So either two different ways, doing good way to benefit others. So that's all. Is we finish the chapter 8 meditation section. So chapter 8 meditation section, there are so many different kind of meditations. So far, what we see here in this chapter 8 meditation is special is exchange. So other is, you can find many other teachings also have similar, and of course the most still is come from this Shantideva's teaching. Many different kind of meditations. So main point here, exchange meditation. So that is very special method and create compassion, reduce our selfish and recognize all sentient beings, situation, understanding. You can connect with all these other sentient beings. Long as you have a connect with other sentient beings, then you have a connect with all Buddhas too. So that's the reason chapter 7, and long as we practice way of Bodhisattva, so we have to follow the same like equal like Buddha and the sentient beings, right? Long as you benefit Buddhas, so then that is fulfilled Buddha's happy. So otherwise, we not possible to fulfill Buddha's aspiration or happy. So That's why you do that and exchange meditation and create accumulation merit, purify our karma, and also that is like the become the fulfilled Buddhas. And mind means like, you know what Buddha's wishes, we doing that. Okay, so now the end of the chapter name is Way of Bodhisattva. This chapter is meditation, chapter 8. So we finish this meditation chapter 8. So now we go to the chapter 9. Chapter 9 is wisdom chapter. So it's a little bit harder. The reason is this chapter 9 is the subject is just the talking about absolute truth, not relative truth. That's why it's hard to understand, because our mentally mind, this just whatever we think is deluded mind. We're receiving all these dualistic thoughts, conceptual thoughts. We are in that state. That's why this one is sharing is beyond the conceptual thoughts and beyond the dualistic, non-dual. That's why hard to understand. But this really help you in this chapter, 9 wisdom chapter. Usually we talk about the Lord's emptiness, but you really don't know what means emptiness. If you really learn this, wisdom chapter, and then you understand what means emptiness, you get your certainty in your mind. So otherwise, we always have a doubt, talk about emptiness. Sometimes, yeah, it's empty. Sometimes, no, it cannot be empty. Sometimes we accept, sometimes not. So we've always follow our conceptual thoughts. In this chapter is harder. That's the reason usually I told you that in the monastery, share this section is a lot. And other one, actually, easily, the share button is like just go very fast. And when it comes to this chapter, is we share lots, and also this section has more commentaries. Some scholars only make commentary for only this wisdom chapter. So that's why wisdom chapter has more commentary than other chapter. So if someone do commentary that maybe hold this way of Bodhisattva, everything, there's more than 100 commentaries. But then only this wisdom chapter has many again, the commentaries. So without a commentary, actually this part is hard to understand. When I learned this Mayaminka teaching, I received many times. First kind of no almost idea what talking about, because my mind is so strong in the conceptual thoughts. So something no exist means I don't feel good. I thought, why is everything is there? Why is it say no exist? Right? And then talk about Buddha's quality, talk about the Dharma quality, talk about Buddha's power, Dharma's power, and Bodhisattva's aspirations. It's happy to hear that, easy to go to listening that, Then talk about this generosity, morality, patience. That's easy to hear, because all is relative truth. But then go up to wisdom chapter is hard. And before I studied the Buddhist philosophy, and I read a lot prayers, because I'm good reader, Tibetan. And in my hometown village, many people don't know how to read. And so I know how to read Tibetan very well and very fast. So families, they're inviting who can read, they ask me read like just some text, Buddha's text, because do that, the families the usually does like this, create accumulation, marry and remove the obstacles. And sometimes like Tibetan tradition, they go to teachers, ask divinations, and their teachers told them, okay, you have to read this sutra, kind of this sutra. They're giving so many names. So then many people don't know how to read. So I know how to read. I go to read. So this sutra talk about all these bodhisattvas qualities. I heard this happy, but then sometimes they talk about emptiness, emptiness, emptiness. Why is that? Why is that? I don't really understand. No accepting. My mind doesn't accept. Sometimes they say, oh, no Buddha, no Dharma, no Sangha. I say, I thought the spelling is wrong. you know. So that's incorrect. I thought that's incorrect. It's a spelling is wrong or something wrong there. So then you go to really study Buddhist philosophies, it's change again. Change again means like talk about something, okay, the qualities, benefits, this, like, all these relative things, like good quality things. Yeah, yes, okay lah. Then talk about emptiness, absolute truth. Then you really get enthusiasm, like, you understand, oh, this is really profound. Oh, very special. You already change your mentality, understanding, become different ways. See, before we study philosophy, hard to hear this, emptiness. Then after study philosophy, emptiness part is where is the, prayers in the teachings, wherever comes, I recognize, oh, this is like truth, absolute truth. It's more profound there. Oh, this prayer is very good. It's wonderful, so powerful. So I can feel like that. Before, when I talk about emptiness, I thought it's wrong, it's incorrect. I want to hear all its good things. So something exists, something power, right? That is like, see, it's like, no, we have, mind is become like all good situation, compassion, also great, right? Bodhisattva, easy to hear, accept. But talk about emptiness, not easy. But then you really understanding Dharma, the chapter, this wisdom chapter, then generosity, morality, passion, this all need wisdom. Compassion need wisdom. Bodhisattva need wisdom. Every practice need wisdom. Without wisdom, the practice is like not really that much power. The practice is not really going to take you to the Buddhahood. That practice only help you to reborn higher realms. And you get good life, future life, joy life, but that can be exhaust. That marriage can be exhaust. So if you really learn this wisdom chapter, then you understand that without wisdom chapter, the practice is okay, but not really that has the like essence and the power in there, you recognize that. So anyway, I'm going to share this is a root text. So follow the root text. It's hard to understand. It goes commentary is like more details. And Shantideva, he worked so hard with debating with all these Buddhist like schools and no Buddhist schools. So actually this no Buddhist schools is the Buddhist school like Vibhashika Satantara. They ask questions, they debate with Shantideva. Actually their thoughts is the same as our thoughts. We accept easily what that says because they're also like more beginner way to debating with the Shantideva. What Shantideva give answer is harder to accept. The reason is that is like more deeper level and beyond our capacity actually. Yeah. So that's you can see here in this teaching. You can understand what dialogue and debating, ask questions and, answers. So now we go into the wisdom chapter. Here has this commentary, this root text has some, short information first. So I read this. For the sake of clarity, the entire mind, 9th chapter, with the exception of the introductory and concluding verses, will be presented in the prose form of a dialogue. The dialogue takes place between the Madhyamaka school is Mayamika. As Mayamika also have two differences. They have called Rantong and Yintong, and also Ranjupa and Tanjurpa. I don't remember these names how to use. So I know the Tibetan way how to say, but they have like kind of a couple of different levels inside there. But anyway, just this time it's all Mayamikas together. Madhyamaka school, represented by the author Shantideva. So Shantideva is a Mayamika teacher, Madhyamaka teacher. And whereas other Buddhist and non-Buddhist schools. So then, whereas other Buddhists and Buddhists, like, we have a Chittamatira, we have a Vibhashika, Satantrika, there's also Buddhist schools, and then non-Buddhist schools. A brief explanation of the tenets of the different schools will be given as they are introduced. So that, also they put their thoughts too. And then Shantideva giving answer, for them. The root text of the author is indicated by the passage in italic or the additional material, including the outline, is drawn from the commentary of Tommy Zambo. So Tommy Zambo, he also has a commentary. So some sections I think his answers like it's not really in the root text. Some here has more information. So this text who translate, the person is followed that way. Tommy Zambo, the entire outline in the form of the index can be found appended to this text. So then this subject of this whole text, the number in brackets indicate the individual stanza of the root text. So now we're going into the main teaching. That means like this, the verses, like the chapter, the first verses. So this first verses is introduction about this wisdom chapter. Then other is more explained, detail explains. So all of this practice were taught by the mighty one for the sake of wisdom. Therefore, those who wish to pacify suffering should generate this wisdom. So all of this practice were taught by the mighty one for the sake of wisdom means like this commentaries just usually talk about two different. Two different means actually both are correct. So all these like other chapters is also the Buddha talked that all these teachings in the sutras. The Shantideva also he just bring all these essence teachings, all this teaching, the chapter other chapter 8. Other chapter 8 is taught by the mighty one for the sake of wisdom. That's the reason is to try to get wisdom. So other all is cost. Other chapter 8 is cost. So this wisdom chapter is a result, the main point is. So that's the reason Buddha taught. And then another way, like all this Buddha's teaching, whatever Buddha shares, other relatively truly teaching, all is, essence is wisdom chapter. And wisdom, wisdom. And the main point, Buddha tried to lead to wisdom. That's why he's sharing the first steps. His goal, his intention is wanting to take to the wisdom and wanted to know everyone's this view. So that's the reason Buddha shared all this teaching. Therefore, those who wish to pacify suffering should generate this wisdom. So if you really want to become free from samsara, and then have to practice this wisdom. So we have to generate wisdom. Without wisdom, not possible to pacify suffering. So the main point, the reason is, we have selfish, and other practice is all reduce the selfish, diminish the selfish, and other emotions. But wisdom is take out the root. So that's the reason without wisdom cannot free from suffering. Other practice all diminish suffering, but root is always there still. So that's the reason. And selfish is only root antidote is wisdom practice. Wisdom practice antidote to the selfish. Same is the day and night, They cannot be together. When wisdom arises, you not possible have selfish. That's why wisdom is take out root the selfish and free from samsara, suffering. So that is just general information, yeah. Now we go to the cognition of the nature of wisdom is more explained, detail explained. So this detail explained has 4 different sections. So, talk about view, explain the view, introduce the view. The view is emptiness. Introduce the view, and then meditate after meditating and practice. Then also, that's the meditation is the second. Use logic and remove doubt and confusion. Remove the doubt and the confusion, purify confusions. So then that is the third. And the fourth is result of emptiness is a benefit. When you realize emptiness, then you know that is a benefit. What the benefits? Emptiness is a benefit. Wisdom's benefits. So this followed by 4 different levels. Explain. The first one is introducing the absolute truth. Introduce the absolute truth. Explain. So then this second verse is first the Shantideva talk about true truth. That he make between distinctions to truth, and then what means absolute truth, what means relative truth. So the explain that. Verses 2. Deceptive truth, so called because they are truth established from the point of view of deceived minds that obscure the real meaning and automatic truths. So called because they are truths compared by a spiritual wisdom to which no deceptive truths ever are accepted as the true truth. So the Shantideva here just main point give true truth. So I think here looks like deceptive truth means relative truth. So we use always relative truth, yeah. And that one is called deceptive truth. So called why is we called the deceptive truth so called? Because they are truths established from the point of view of a deceived mind that obscure the real meaning. So we have a subject and object, dualistic conceptual thought mind. So that's the reason it's called the deceptive truth. You know, and atomic, then another is atomic truths, so called because they are truth comprehended by spiral's wisdom. So to which no deceptive truth, that is no deceptive truth, no subject and object, appear are accepted as the two truths. Then these two truths appear to for us. So appear to for us means actually relative truth is appear to us, but not absolute truth is appear to us. Then this section has lots of commentary, have details. Actually, also these first verses are just giving short information, but that talk go to commentary is like 20, 40 pages explaining about first verses. And it's sometimes like you got more detail and you get more confused. So I think what we did that is enough way. And then in this section, second verses. So rule text is very simple, but they here put a little bit explain what means deceptive truth and what means like absolute truth, you know. So the first like this second verses, first two sentences relative truth and absolute truth. So we have two truths. So the main point is they said. And then relative truth is like what we see in this form, what we hear these all the songs, what our thoughts, this all is called relative truth. So then what means absolute truth means beyond that. So if you seeing this form is realized, is emptiness, no exist. So that is called absolute truth. And whatever you heard the song is emptiness, song is no exist. That's also absolute truth. Emptiness is absolute truth. It's view. And so that's the reason is without logic, hard to understand the absolute truth. We have to follow the logic, and Shantideva also giving more follow the logic and intellectual way to introducing absolute truth. So now, then that two truth, what means atomic truths are not objects. So, so atomic truths are not object experienced by the mind. Absolute truth, is no object. So that means no subject, no object. If no object, then there's no subject too. So the main point is when you meditate, stay in the non-conceptual. So that time, no object. Actually, if you are be in the non-conceptual, no subject too. So no dualistic, that is absolute truth. But their mind is to be understood as the deceptive mind that obscure one from seeing atomic truth. So then, if mind is followed by, subject and object, follow the, this conceptual thought, that is called the relative truth. It's deceptive truth. So that is the main point, these two sections, first, like, what means, like, they have, the Shantideva said, they have two truths. So then second, he said, what means two truths? Is absolute truth is beyond our conceptual thoughts, and the relative truth is conceptual thoughts. So absolute truth is we cannot experience. Our experience is relative truth. So now Shantideva going to share the absolute truth. So that means like actually beyond our capacity, means beyond our these faculties. If something our faculties object, then not that hard to understand, right? Because you see the house, then you say this is a house because like your focal object. So that is no absolute truth. That is relative truth. And something is our focal object, then that's all is easy to understand because it's not beyond the us. So absolute truth is not our focal object. That's why hard. But we always try to this absolute truth bring to our conceptual mind. Do we want to make decisions? Yeah, like this, right? Yeah, absolute truth like that, right? You know, that you're just making your own decisions, like your conceptual thoughts, making decisions, absolute truth. So that's why, like, you know, the many teachers said teachings, absolute truth beyond our perception, our capacity. And that's the reason, you know, we cannot imagine or, you know, bring the imagination where absolute truth because it's no capacity beyond that. And some also practitioners, when meditate, they're into the absolute true nature, but they also cannot explain because the absolute is beyond the words, beyond the thoughts, right? And harder to explain, cannot like giving the information to others. So then how to give the explain absolute truth? Only through the examples. You know, if you're going to show the moon, you use the finger point the moon. So that time you cannot watch the finger. You have to look to the up sky and the moon, not look into the finger. So these examples, you know, showing the absolute truth, but you cannot stuck with examples. Okay, example is the same as a finger. You what you're talking about the reality. The main point is the same as the moon. So that's the reason is this chapter is hard, beyond our conceptual thoughts. So now we have these two truths. So ordinary people, object, usually whatever that does is relative truth. This practitioner who's realized is always in the absolute truth. Then do these two truths separate or same? Is not both actually. You know, ordinary people, absolute truth and relative truth separate, cannot be same. Otherwise, you realize the relative truth, you realize absolute truth if it's the same. Then you realize absolute truth. Relative truth cannot be separate from the absolute truth. You know, so otherwise you find something nirvana is different in this state. So actually nirvana, absolute truth, is what right now we have this seeing form, and this our, you know, like mind, thoughts, what we have, this is absolute truth. You cannot find something different than that. So that's why we see form is empty. Emptiness is a form, right? Form is no other than emptiness. Emptiness is no other than form. The meaning is we seeing form is no emptiness. So that is okay, relative truth. So realize that the seeing form is emptiness. Emptiness is a form. Form is no emptiness. Emptiness is no other than form means. So absolute truth is relative truth. Relative truth, absolute truth. Relative truth, no other than absolute truth. Absolute truth, no other than relative truth. That is for the realizers. Okay, so you have to know that way to understanding this two truth. Otherwise, you get confused. Sometimes we think absolute truth means like something you get different in this relative truth. So, okay, so now we go to the verses third. So we're going to introduce, you know, is these two truths. They have two different persons. So that's why here says, Shantideva says, two types of person are seen to experience these two truths. Yogis endowed with the concentration of spiritual insight and common abiding. So there's when we study Dharma, actually you think about it. There is in the usually the commentary talk about a lot in the details. So we usually say, okay, someone follow the religion, no follow the religion. Okay, so no follow the religion means is no Buddhist, no other any religions, no any follow the religions. Just what when they're born from the parents, and then they just whatever their thoughts, whatever their fears, and they just follow that. They don't have any or believe any other than that. Like whatever they just see, oh, this is food, this is a cloth, this is a house, right? Just follow that way. They don't think about the gods is some way is creator, and they don't think about love, compassion is very important. Like that practice helps you remove karma, not anything that kind of follow, not follow anything. So that is called ordinary worldly people, and ordinary worldly people. So not follow any religions. Then another ordinary worldly people is follow the religion. So they change it, like believe something, believe. And then if you are Christian, you believe Jesus. You are Muslim, you believe I don't know what is his name, Amaha or something. And then if you are Buddhist, you believe Buddha. So that is called follow the religions. And already little bit change your mind. What before you ordinary mind is like changing, because your perception that you believing something, believing changing you. So then there have two types of a person are, seeing to experience these two truths. So this one is like more for ordinary people who follow the religion, and they more practitioner. So yogi is like endowed with the concentration of spiritual insight and common body. So then we say, Tibet is a Namgyalpa. Namgyalpa means yogi. What means yogi means like they can control the crazy mind. That's why it's called yogi, means like who can control the crazy the mind. They can control the mind. Then also sometimes we call yogini, is like it's female, and who can control the mind, that's called yogini. And who can control the mind is like me, is called yogi. So yogi and yoginis. And common people, then another is common people who are not so endowed, means like not really have any kind of realize and not enough practice Dharma. Common people who are not endowed, common people consider the body to be a unit. So then common people has think this way, common people means like body to be a unit, means like they don't think about body is impermanent. They just receive like body is body, like they don't talk about impermanent, but they just only like think it's kind of like mind is to follow the permanent, the mind to be permanent and so forth. Then also minds be thinking body, mind is permanent. They don't think about impermanent. Yogis, however, contradict these views with reasoning such as. So then yogis view is correct, or ordinary people thoughts is correct. So that's the Shantideva is like, going to explain before this emptiness. If ordinary people is truth, correct, then yoga is wrong. The absolute truth is not important. Then relative truth is more important than the absolute truth. So relative truth also like more not the follow the religion and follow the religions who don't accept the previous life, future life. So that is become more strong. That is the become truth. So Shantideva comparing who's truth. Okay, so yogi, however, contradict these views with reasoning such as yogi's view is a contradiction to the ordinary people's thoughts. The body is not a unit because it has many parts. And the mind is not permanent because it is changing into something else. See, ordinary people thought is incorrect. The body is not permanent, not only one. Body is impermanent, body is unity, so many parts or particles. The mind is not permanent, because this mind is changing into something else. Mind is always change. If permanent means not changing. So that's the reason yogi is already winner there, right away, okay? So now we have to follow the yogis. That's why we have to study this wisdom chapter. If this worldly conceptual is winner, then you don't have to follow the yogis view. You don't have to study well of Bodhisattva, especially wisdom chapter. Okay, so now we go to the verses 4. Furthermore, among the yogis, the proponents of external existence, the Chittamatarans and the Mayamikas, there are differences in the understanding of the nature of non-able entities. Then go into the yogis section, so it means like who follow the spiritual path, especially who follow the logic path. And then they have many differences inside there. So which one is you going to follow? If you want to follow who has truth, is who has logic, and is who logically proving truth. If you want to follow that way, then we have to follow the Mayamika. So see, here is a proponent of external existence. That is the Vibhashika and the Satantrika. Vibhashika, Satantrika accept this object or is impermanent. The coarse level is impermanent, but subtle level, part of a particle is thus a permanent. They don't accept that is emptiness. That's why it's called the existence. They accept existing part of particles. Yeah. And if you follow that, then Chittamatira not leave you just, peacefully there. Chittamatira going to debate with you. You have to debate with the Chittamatira. The reason is, see, in this Satantrika, Vibhashika accept this, the part of particle, permanent. So this part of particle create all this universal. They accept that, but Chittamatira say, no, you are wrong. If you accept that, you have to debate with the Chittamatira. If you don't debate with the Chittamatira, then so you are not follower logic, and you are not follow the truth again. So if you really look into truth, you have to debate who has a right. You have to follow that, not what I thought. You cannot follow that. No, what I think that is correct. So you have to debate. You lose, you have to accept, right? In this world, really, like also elections, who's lose, the other have accepted, right? Accepting like that same thing. You have to debate. You lose, you have to accept. Debate is not fighting, no emotional fighting. It's using the, wisdom and fighting. Means like no emotional fighting. If you emotional fighting, then no one is a winner. So you don't know who has really truth, who's right. You don't know if you are follow the emotion fighting. Usually this is samsara-based fight. Because emotional fighting, then both are loser, no one is winner. If you're really going to study Buddhist philosophy, you have to debate. You have to, like we say, use words like fighting with these other scholars, but no emotional fighting. So you lose your, debating logic, and you recognize your saying is incorrect. You have to accept the other one. So that's why Chittamatera said, no, you are not correct. Then Chittamatera, this all is debate is coming down the more. So Chittamatera says this particles cannot be permanent because it's something permanent, cannot create anything. So that object is no except subject, object permanent is no except. Then Chittamatera, okay, you follow the Chittamatera. Chittamatera has more logic and more knowledge, more wisdom than Vibhashika and Sattvantarika. So you follow the Chittamatera. Then Chittamatera, what he says, all this is come from mind. Same is dreaming. So, okay, so you accept that. Then Mayamikas, Mademakas. Mademaka no allow you just say that, You can say that, but they're not going to let you just, to prove that. So he said, proving, give me proof. Mademaka said, give me proof. Chittamatera, you say all this is come from mind. Give me proof. So why is it come from mind? So Chittamatera said, mind is permanent. And so that's why it's all this source is mind. Chittamatera thinks something need source come from. No, I mean the Chittamatera, yeah, it's mind's goal. So mind is permanent. Then okay, the main point is the laws debating with the Chittamatera is inside here. But main point Mayamika say, okay, everything's come from mind. You say mind is permanent. It's your mind is permanent. How can project the object? Permanent cannot be object. If your mind projecting the object, then your mind is not permanent. Because you projecting object and the object is impermanent, then your mind is already impermanent, not permanent. So then your mind sometimes projecting object, sometimes not projecting the object. That means your mind is projecting the object, not projecting the object, which is the permanent, which is impermanent. If the mind is projecting the object is permanent, then they always projecting one thing. You cannot change. Your mind projecting, example, okay, like which one? Like you think about your own house, then wherever you go, like your house is projecting there. You cannot change that. You cannot have any other projecting. Only projecting your own house there, not any other object. If the mind is permanent, so why mind can projecting so many different kinds? Because mind is not permanent. That's why Chittamatera is lost there debating. And we have to follow the Madhyamaka. There are differences in the understanding of the nature of knowable entities. So they all has different levels. Actually, both has correct, little bit step up, but not 100% correct. Example, the first ground is like ordinary people say, only this first floor. Yeah, then the Vibhashika say, no, they have second floor. So they go up to second floor. And Sattvantarika went to third floor. Chitta Matera went to 4th floor. And Mayamika said, no, only no 4th floor. We have actually up 5th floor there. So that is Madhemaka. So then the actually Madhemaka, Mayamika said, this 5th floor is right. He said, no, there can be more, there can be less, not always like that, because it's 5th floor also not permanent there. That is Mayamika. So Mayamika no accepting anything. Other accepting, okay, 1st floor is like 100% only this. It's permanent. 2nd floor is yes, exactly this. No more than that. This is permanent. 3rd floor, okay, that's 100%. When it come to Mayamika, they talk about 5th floor. Then the Chitta Matera say, okay, 5th floor is permanent or not? That's right, only that's it. Mayamika say, no, can be more, can be less. That's also, they don't accept anything. But main point is, Mayamika say, I don't accept anything. That's why I am winner, because if you accept something, exist, no exist, that's why you are loser. Mayamika say, I don't accept exist, I don't accept no exist. So I'm free from all this view, conceptual thoughts. So then that's the reason other debaters, when debate with the Mayamika and here is Madhemaka, it's just Madhemaka is like, you really should gun to them, like, no target there. He said, actually, no any there. You cannot say no exist, no neither, no either, something like this. Talk about 4 extremes, free from that state. So that is the main summary, like this teaching, I this just right now what I'm sharing here. The main point or this wisdom chapter is a summary, kind of like that way. You understand? You have to follow that way. And no, so thereby those with the higher views progressively contradict those with lower views. You see, higher views always contradict with lower views. With examples such as the magician's illusion. So magicians create illusion, which are accepted as unreal by both yogis and common people. So it is proven to the proponents of external existence that although something may appear to the mind, it does not have to be real. So, whatever appear to our mind is actually not exist. Thus, if the minds of these yogis can be established as deceptive, it goes without saying that the same can be established about the mind of the common people. So then this section, just main point is, and the yogis means like this, the follow the this different scores levels, the higher always contradict to the lowest one, the lowest way, and that's why it's like usually in this I think it's coming, mostly this Buddhist philosophy wisdom chapter, the Satantrika and the Vibhashika, they're debating with non-Buddhist. And first, of course, like who has religion and no religion, they're debating, right? Okay, then religion between Satantrika, Vibhashika debated with non-Buddhist. Then the reason is like there are kind of very similar views, easy to understanding each other, because the Vibhashika Satantrika also accepting something permanent. It's like subtle level particles, and no Buddhist like there's accept a permanent self. So permanent self they accept. And that's the reason this Satantrika, Vipashika, easy to debate with them, kind of similar and easy to understand each other. And then the Chitta Material debate with the Satantrika and the Vipashika is Buddhist school, lower schools. So my Yamika debate with the Chitta Materials. So that's the kind of like directions follow this teaching. So now is the actually part of this verses 4. There has like more explain about question and answers. Refuting objection concerning deceptive truth. Caution. So this caution is come from and the ordinary like people, our thoughts, our perception. This caution is. If all phenomena were not truly existing, there would be no attainment. If it came from the practice of giving and so forth, therefore, what reason would there be to practice them for that purpose? See, that's we have a thought, right? This is the Vipashika Satantrika says, if everything is impermanent, no emptiness, then why we have to practice Dharma? Okay, then why Buddha giving so many teachings is, like talk about generosity, so generosity and benefits, and talk about morality, talk about practice patience. So this would be no attainment of he giving so many these teachings. So why is that? Therefore, what reason would there be no practice there for the purpose? Then why are we going to do that? Teach the practice, no any purpose, because it's emptiness. Do you have that thought? Someone say everything is emptiness. Then the same time that person says practice generosity. So what are you going to say? So why I'm going to do generosity? Because everything is emptiness, right? Someone say, okay, you practice patience, practice compassion. Say, no, it's everything's emptiness. Why I'm going to practice compassion? So that person recognize right away contradiction there. Contradict. But actually no contradict. That person actually do understanding these two truths. Point. So that's why this answer is question is coming. Its answer, although phenomena do not exist automatically, truly, because analyzed, they do exist deceptively. So actually, see, absolute truly not exist. But Shantideva answer is, yes, relatively exist. You can do all this practice in the relatively. Yes, no exist absolutely no exist, but it's true, it exists relatively. So then this also answer is also dependent, like he give answer is for them like that. But the highest level Maya Minka, they don't accept true truth too. But no choice. Even you don't accept that, but when you're going to share the teaching, explain for ordinary people, if you don't follow these two steps, relative and absolute truth, you cannot talk with them. Not possible to conversation. So that's the reason that my Yamika highest level, like Nagarjuna, there's no choice. They create two truths. They don't have a choice, because when you're going to share with this teaching for ordinary people, and you have to create the true truth. So actually, up really you understanding that no true truth, no any truth there, just only like, because first is like no beginning, then how can be have end there, right? No born, no death there. So no, absolutely no relative, because like these two is dependent on each other, right? So actually, for who realize this, wisdom, absolute truth, their relative is no exist for them. So then how can they say relative truth have? So this section is like hard to understand if like you have to study the Chanda Kirti's middle way teaching, logic, and then you really understanding about what I'm talking about right now. Otherwise, very hard to understand. So if something there and then you use something, take away that, so then become you destroyed actually exist things you take away is like become you destroy that, right? That means like when you realize absolute truth, you destroy the relative truth, because relative truth exists, and when you realize absolute truth, use absolute truth is the same as a hammer, it's broken your cups like that, destroy the relative truth. But relative truth is no exist. This first cup is no exist. How you going to use a hammer to destroy your cup? No possible, right? So that is like, it's really good logic. I cannot explain you due to my under the English and the language anyway. It's really good understanding in there. Then you really understanding the wisdom means what means like absolute truth wisdom. So still here is like say relative truth exist, absolute truth no exist, but that still also like follow you follow the people's view. You're not really saying like 100% is reality, truth. So, but Nagarjuna already said, Chandakirti, all that says no choice. You don't have a choice with ordinary people to, you without accept this relative truth. So that's why they follow the sharing teaching is follow the also ordinary people's view. So they don't have a choice. They have to create two truth. So that's why here says like, see, relatively exist. It's not contradictory. That's why not contradictory. To engage in the practice of giving and so forth for the sake of obtaining the truth of awakening. So you can practice all this conduct. So that take you to liberation. And this giving, teaching is Buddha giving is all is relative truth, no contradiction. So that's give an answer for just solve the problem, temporarily solve problem there. Actually, the answer is like just only follow that mind, Then question again, since phenomena occur to both yogis and the common people, why should there be any respect over them? So then this, all this effort to like ordinary us, people, us, like, this perceive us, all these forms and songs, phenomena effort to, us, both yogis, common people. Why should there be any dispute over them? Why is they saying is truth, right? Why they have reason to say what seeing is no exist? Why is like ordinary, common people seeing is, why we cannot say it's truth? That because we say see the truth. This is answer. So, verses 5. Although they are similar in appearance, common people behold forms and other such things and conceive of them to be really existent. They do not understand them to be like in illusions. See, yogis also perceive this object, phenomena. Ordinary common people perceive this phenomena. Ordinary people perceive is exist, permanent. Yogis perceive this all phenomena is delusion, not real. But since yogis do understand them to exist in such a way, it is here that the yogi and the common people disagreed. So that's why the disagreed. Yogis seeing is an illusion, ordinary common people seeing is permanent, exist object. That's why they have debate. It's no same agreed. They cannot be agreed same way because seeing, perception, thought is different. So, like some seeing is like son seeing mother. Okay, this is a mother. So that is only that person's mother, right? Not everyone's mother. That son cannot think, oh, should every being see my mother is a mother? That not possible, right? And don't only the son only they see their own mother is a mother. So other seeing different. Maybe some's wife, they're seeing the wife. Some maybe seeing that there's a sister. Maybe they're seeing just other ordinary woman. So like that kind of different perceptions each individual has. The main point is no one has like seeing same object is the same perceiving. So that means the object is not permanent. If object is a permanent, then everyone have to see same thing. So that's not possible, right? Then you don't have to put labels. You don't have to introduce each other. Because like, example, my mother, I see my mother. So everyone see my mother is a mother. Not possible, right? See, example, my father see my mother is his wife. So then her sister sees she's her sisters, her brother sees the sister, different kind. Other people see just ordinary woman. And then that different connections, they're seeing different. That means that the mother means no exist permanently there. So like that, all this phenomena is not inherently anything exists permanently there. So that means actually all is a delusion, this own perception, own delusions. That's why yogis has more reason and has logically, and yogis view is more overcome to the ordinary people's thoughts view. So that is the Shantideva debating with ordinary people, ordinary, common people. So now Shantideva going to debate with Sattandrika and Vibhashika. Sense forms and so forth are established by true perception, isn't it contradictory to say that they are first? So this verses 6 is like, Shantideva debating with Vibhashika and Sattandrika. Their things, sense forms and so forth are established by true perception, isn't it, right? That's like, the subtle level particle and exist. Consciousness, also subtle level consciousness is permanent and exist. So they say, yes, right, that they exist, yeah? Isn't it contradictory to say that they are first? Then you say that is far, that is not true, is incorrect. So then Shantideva giving answer. There is no contradiction. Shantideva says no contradiction because such things are merely worldly conventions, but they are not true for a valued cognition of inautomate truth. So this all this form object is truly rare to for ordinary perceptions, but that is actually not truth, like reality. The Shantideva said this is no reality. That is like Ford, no truth, because like see, they are not true for a valued cognition of autonomic truth. Someone who has cognition wisdom, that is fair, because it's this form object is no exist permanently, no truth. This is just like the unclean body being known deceptively as clean. So same is like actually our body is unclean, but we perceive it's clean. So who's the truth? Actually, unclean is truth. Reality is unclean because our body is like just take off the skin and then take off the flesh, bone, blood. It's where is the clean there? Or it's unclean. But we perceive ourselves is like beautiful, clean, right? And that is actually wrong. So that is example. In fact, such as cognition as first. So who has cognition? The seeing, our body is unclean. And first, who see who has a strong attachment, they see the body is beautiful, clean, but who has wisdom, the seeing body is unclean. So who's the truth? Actually, reality, body is unclean. So that one is winner, because other is followed by their desire and attachment. Emotion controller. That's why emotion seeing, not seeing the right one, truth one. Caution, if all phenomena have no true nature, why did the Buddha say that things have a momentary impermanent nature? So then, see, this lower vehicle, like Buddhist, Vipashika and Satantrika, actually this debate is come from the Buddhist schools. So they say, okay, if the phenomena no truly exist, then why the Buddha said these things have momentary impermanent nature? Then why Buddha talk about impermanent? He said all these things impermanent. He didn't say emptiness. Buddha said everything is impermanent. Everything is momentary thoughts. So everything is, changing. He didn't say emptiness. So then the main point is they say you are no Buddhist. Okay, they say Shantideva, you are no Buddhist. Buddha never said that. Buddha only said impermanent, momentary thoughts. So true, why did the Buddha say these things? Momentary impermanent nature. That is the nature. So answer, such statement have to be interpreted having in mind the mere apparent nature. So this answer is going long way also. Yes, Buddha said impermanent is truth, but that impermanent, this momentary thoughts, impermanent nature, yeah, momentary thoughts is not absolute truth. It is relative truth. So the Shantideva just giving information, that told them that is right. Buddha said that. but that is not absolute truth. Then also they actually say, why? That not correct. They say, Buddha said that is a truth. There is no relative truth. The momentary thoughts is that they accept, absolute truth actually. The absolute truth, because relative truth, like we can see, but momentary thoughts, ordinary people cannot perceive that. Momentary thoughts, ordinary people cannot perceive. That's why it's absolute truth. So that's Shantideva, you are wrong. The momentary thoughts is absolute truth. The reason is relative truth. Ordinary people can perceive it, but momentary thoughts, ordinary people cannot perceive it. You have to teach them. We have to meditate. We have to understand. That's why that is absolute truth. Shantideva said, no. The relative truth has appearance relative truth and relative truth. They have two relative truth. Appearance relative truth, ordinary people can see, but reality relative truth, you have to really share and the giving information. Then they have to practice their understanding. So Shantideva said, this, momentary thoughts, impermanent, changing. Secondly, changing. That yogis perceive, that is a relative truth. Why ordinary people don't recognize that? Because relative truth has two differences: appearance relative truth, and and the truth relative truth. That means like the reality relative truth. So reality relative truth is only yogis understanding, not ordinary people. That means ordinary people also really don't understand the relative truth too. So that is the answer. Then question again. If all phenomena have no true nature, why Buddha, I say, we already talked that, appearing nature. So verses 7, the protector Buddha taught things to be impermanent for the sake of progressively guarding ordinary people who conceive of a true existence towards the correct understanding. So then why Buddha taught this relative truth? Because see, the protector Buddha means like Buddha protector for everyone. So he giving education, like, so we think about kindergarten and all the way to like this is the score educations, high score, then go all the way up. So that is all thing about the relative truth, right? And then go take to the university. That's absolute truth. That kind of example, So who giving teaching also have systems to follow like that way. So kindergarten subject is not you graduate all the subject, you just only graduate that. So teachers share only that. That's the reason Buddha, protect for everyone. The protect Buddha taught things to be impermanent for the sake of progressively who wanted to enlightenment, but who don't have really high level capacity. And then he give these first steps, progressively guarding ordinary people. Otherwise, they cannot understand truth, absolute truth, who conceive of true existence towards the correct understanding. But incorrectly, such things are not truly momentary. So then that's actually I already shared this one part. Actually, such things are not truly momentary. This momentary is not, there's a relative truth. So anyway, Shantideva answer is yes, that is a relative truth. So I already shared that part. Then caution again, but because this momentary nature does not appear to ordinary people, see, is it not a contradiction to say it even existed deceptively? They said like this, momentary nature does appear to ordinary people, right? That's why that is cannot be relative truth. So that must be absolute truth. But Shantideva here says, No, that is a relative truth, but ordinary don't see because relative truth has perception, relative truth and reality, relative truth. So reality is don't see. Answer, although it does not appear to the common person, because it appears to those only for the who understanding the absolute truth, they knows this momentary thoughts and impermanent practice is relative truth, not absolute truth. So go to the 8. Yogis who have merely seeing personal identitylessness, there is no mistake in its being a deceptive truth. There are no any mistakes because that is relative truth. There's no absolute truth. The main point is you knows impermanent. That is not absolute truth. That is still relative truth. So caution again, debate again. But doesn't this contradict the statement that to see the momentary nature of things is to see truth itself? So it's there said doesn't this contradict right the statement that to see momentary nature of things is to see true itself. There's a true truth. You see that, but you still say that is relative truth. That is wrong. So that still they don't accept that answer. So no more answer. Compared to the worldly view of things as permanent and so forth. The yogi's vision of momentary is posted as a vision of reality itself. Otherwise, if in comparison to the yogis, the common people saw reality, then the yogis' definite understanding of the uncleanness of a woman's body would be contradicted by the worldly person's apprehension of it as clean. So that is more, explained. Shantideva giving. Actually, I give already the answer is this share already talked, but still I share you a little bit more again, helps you more understanding. So then the main point is like say answer is compared to the worldly view of things permanent and so forth, right? This we talk worldly people see all these things is permanent. The yogi's vision of momentary is posted as vision of reality itself. So that means like yogis really see reality of the relative truth. Ordinary people see things permanent that actually they don't see the reality of the relative truth. Yogis really see the relative truth. Otherwise, if in comparison, comparison. So now it's a Shantideva giving comparison to the yogis, the common people. The soul reality, then the yogis, see, the yogis saw the reality, then common people, yogis, definite understanding of the uncleanness of a woman's body. So means like meditate yogis, they see the woman's body is unclean, but who has like strong attachment, desire, they see woman's body is very clean. So this system is like just follow the like woman's seeing means body is like very clean. Like attached to through the attached desire, attachment. So, but yogi is seeing the body is not clean anyway. Doesn't matter woman's body or man's body, the seeing is unclean, right? So that's why ordinary people see means seeing like woman's body is clean, woman's seeing means body is clean and attached to desire to that. But reality is who's correct? It's yogi is correct because it's unclean. Body would be contradicted by the worldly person. So okay. uncleanness of a woman's body would be contradicted by the worldly person's apprehension of it as clean. So then the main point is the ordinary people, due to this, emotion or the control by emotion, actually, desire, attachment, seeing is unclean, is clean. Yogis really seeing the reality of the relative truth. That's why, and this momentary reality is relative truth. The yogis really see the relative reality, but ordinary people actually don't see the relative truth correctly. Okay, so that's the answer. So now we can go another one. So question again. So that debate is more for the vibhashikas. From verses 6 to verses 6 and 7, 8 is Shantideva debating with Vibhashika. Then this verses 8 is debating, verses 9 is like debating with Satandrika, Vibhashika, Satandrika. I think Satandrika. So both are just similar, very similar. If all phenomena were not truly existent, then since Buddha too would be false, would not merit echo from worship him. So this Vibhashika, Satandrika also not happy. That's debated with Shantideva. They say, okay, if all these phenomena is not exist, then since the Buddha too would be false, Buddha also actually did not exist. Dharma is not exist. Then no path. So then nothing is existed. Then would no merit equal worship him. Then why we worship with Buddha? Why you we create accumulation merit? It's not anything is exist there. So what we're doing is useless. Why we doing this? So that is the debating with ask question to Shantideva. And Shantideva giving answer in the same way that for you truly existing merits equal from worshipping a truly existing conquerors. Similarly for us, illusion like Mary are opting from worship in illusion like conquerors. Oh, this Shantideva give answer is called, the Tibet is Gonyong, means like same kind of similar ways giving logic, means what they says, like use that one is giving to them answer. So how to they say that, like example, okay, you can accept Buddha as permanent, you can accept your marriage is permanent, you can accept yourself as permanent. Do practice, you can get accumulation merit. I do, Shantideva says, I do, or is delusionally, I receive, I'm delusion, no exist. I receive my practicing also delusion. I see Buddha also delusion. I work for worship Buddha is the same as delusion way. And I receive accumulation, merit also same as delusion way. So then why the wrong there? Nothing wrong. Your thoughts is, or it's permanently doing. I'm doing everything is, delusionally doing. Result is the same. Shantideva said. So then another question. But if sentient beings were lacking illusion, then after they die, how would they be reborn again? If the beings same is a delusion, when they die, how can reborn? If delusion goes away, they cannot come back again because it's a delusion. No reincarnation, right? So Shantideva say, yeah, that's is this answer is again answer. For as long as the necessary conditions are examined, for that long even illusion will occur. So although they are unreal, they are similarly to sentient beings in the fact that they arise from the conditions. So there's for as long as the necessary condition are examined, or this condition comes, for that long even illusion will occur. So the all this condition comes, delusion also arise. Shantideva say right. The of course other also say yes, because that is true. So all this condition comes, we can see each other in the zone, right? You have to say yes, right? So I'm really exist in your divide. You have to say no, right? So this all, we're debating with this like answer question is in like someone never see the this technology. I say I can bring everyone in my divide. I can talk with them. They say no, ever possible, never ever possible. How can you can talk people in the use your divide? You can talk with that, because you have to talk rare people each other. You cannot talk not rare people. I say yes, I can talk even people are not rare, still can talk. Even the conditions comes, I can talk with them. You can talk with the rare people face to face. I also can talk with delusionally, and no exist deluded each other, can talk each other, so can see each other. So I can talk. So same is going on. The debate is here, right? Is this time is see emptiness. Explain. We have so many good this conditions, because this technology conditions. Long time ago, no exist this technology. Very hard to explain for emptiness for them. No, see, easy, because at that time no people accept each other. Okay, you don't see each other. How can you talk with that? Shantideva said, yes, it can talk. There's no accept. So they're not going to accept see each other. They're not going to accept to talk each other. So now we have same thing exactly going on, seeing rare people. We can see each other. We can talk each other. If I say praise you, you can be happy. I say some strong harsh words, you can be upset too. That's all feeling. Everything's there, same thing, nothing different, right? So Shantideva exactly give this like verses 9 is. So all this, you talking with the rare and I'm talking with the drawing with the illusion is the same thing, It works the same, main point is works the same. And even its emptiness is work for me. So that he give answer for them. They have to accept that. And now see here, for as long as the necessary condition examples, see all these condition comes, we can see here each other. That is like Shantideva says, all the condition comes, delusion is arise. For that long even illusion will occur, see? Although they are unrare, actually they are not rare, because we seeing is no rare seeing, right? No rare, but you see, they are similar to sentient beings in the fact that they arise from conditions. Then Shantideva say, also you think you seeing rare people, but they also actually arise from these many conditions. They're not really permanently anyone exists. The person also, the person you think, seeing is like rare person. You think is I'm talking with them is face to face directly. I can touch them, but that's also condition created that. No difference. All it comes from conditions. Condition create different ways, but you cannot say one is wrong, one is a truth. It's both are not exist permanently. So then, why merely by the longer duration should sentient beings be more rare than illusions? Then there also another ask question again. No. Delusion is a short term. Sentient beings is longer. So that's why sentient being this all is rare. Delusion is very short, not rare. They ask question Shantideva that. Shantideva giving answer. No, delusion can be long. The longer short cannot make one is exist, one is not exist. Delusion can be very long, and some like you think is long is rare, but some people born and die right away there. It's very short term. So long and short cannot that proving longer is not deluded, short is deluded. You cannot proving that way. Shantideva giving the answer is why merely by the longer duration should sentient beings be more rare in the illusions? Then that would follow that illusion that lasts a long time, see, are more rare than those that last a short time. Illusions are still longer than that. You have to accept that. What are you seeing and illusion is the same thing, no difference. You have to accept that. You use logic is like seeing this form is stay very long, illusion is short. That's why seeing form is permanent, and illusion is like delusion is short. But Shantideva said longer, shorter cannot use that is example to one is true, one is far. It's both are not exist. The main point is. So now we leave it there. I think time is finished. Okay, so we finish the teaching there today, and you have to read more and more. Some ways it's harder, but some ways not that hard, right? Right? No, you think so? What do you think?
Great teaching. Thank you.
Great, but it's complicated. Yeah.
Busy chapter.
Deep.
So that actually, teaching is not complicated, but we stuck with the complicated delusion. That's why the complicated.
Your teaching illuminates it very nicely. Thank you.
Khenpo, your happiness seems very, very real.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm happy to share this teaching. That's why.
Yes. And we have devices to do it with.
Yeah.
We're all on Zoom.
Yes. Okay. So now you're really going into the absolute truth, right? Step by step.
We hope so.
Don't forget the relative truth. Still, we have a relative truth. Yeah. We're going to learn the absolute truth, but we have to follow the relative truth.
Thanks
Is
for giving
the
light about it.
relative
Giving light
truth-
about it.
Is the relative truth also known as the generation phase? I think Jamgun Kuntrul called it the generation phase.
I don't
That
know.
you're generating.
I don't know, Jan.
It just means like you're generating tree, bird, sky. You're creating it. Your mind's creating it.
Yeah. So.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
relative truth. That's all. That's all. And that different method to have for change our perceptions. But everything is a delusion. The Shantideva just not going to go that way. Is he just cut through?
Thank you. There was another question, but I'll ask it later.
Our goal is showing truth. Try to approving, you're going to approving absolute truth logically, emptiness. So that's his goal.
He's systematically going through it till he proves up to emptiness.
So you all the way study this wisdom chapter, you understanding intellectually emptiness, then you accepting everything easily, relatively truly what we're doing, you can easily accept that because you understanding what means like they're doing. You know, then you also that doing what we're doing relatively truth is you know what the benefits, how can benefits that, why this benefits, or you understanding clearly. And that's why we can do this all this different kind of teachings practicing. As long as you have understanding actually intellectually, even we don't have realized emptiness, but intellectually understanding emptiness. So Nagarjuna say, who accept emptiness, they can accept everything. Or who knows emptiness, who understands emptiness, that person knows everything is possible. So who don't know the emptiness, who don't accept emptiness, then actually nothing is possible for that person. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Are we coming back tonight?
You Khenpo.
Doing dedication, Khenpo?
Yes, dedication. I'm very excited the wisdom chapter. That's why forget the dedication chapter.
The only thing that could make you happier is if there is a good debate tonight.
Yes. In the center, marvelous Buddha Amitabha, boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is blessed for puring of their watching. When all beings pass from samsara, may we be born without taking samsara rebirth. May I have blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face. By the power of blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, may we attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tiyata Pinzandriya, Avam Bodhanaya Soha. Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where it is humble, may it rise, where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience, by defeating all enemies confusion, may all who travels on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, cross the ocean of samsara, as Manjushri Devero realized automated state, and as did Samantha Bada, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. May the teaching of Guru Digompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, and the end of the samsara. Thank you, everyone. See you evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you so much.
Great teaching.